This is an It Came From GenX video.
All right, guys. Just trends on social media. I think it's definitely in our generation going forward is going to be a continued uh, gauge, I guess, barometer, if you will, of is how old we're getting, where we just more and more, at least me anyway, out of touch with current trends and phrases and things that go viral. It's really kind of interesting. I just learned this looking up this article even today. So, one of the current trends on TikTok, uh, and no, it's not anything to do with Skinner's kids, nothing like that. Yeah, fortunately, lazy girl jobs is a new viral trend on TikTok, and what that is basically, it's a viral term. I'm reading a quote here from the article from all the articles, by the way, I get from today.com or NBCnews.com in the pop culture section of those publications. You can find them both online, of course. So it's a viral term that refers to well-paying, flexible jobs that allow for leisure time. So they're not saying they're lazy, but they're not working. So basically, they're just trying to promote what they say is like a healthy work-life balance. So lazy girl jobs, again, are ones that allow people to balance more effectively. So in that respect, I support it. I mean, I think, as work has maybe changed over time. I think maybe maybe when we were a little bit younger, it was just a mindset of showing up for work, being there long hours. You got to get ahead. And how do you get ahead? You got to be there. You got to outwork your competition. You got to, be available for extra assignments and this and that and the other. Has it helped significantly? I don't know. Maybe there's some arguments to that, maybe a little bit for some. But these days, the younger generations, I think, have a different way of thinking. And no, that's not what I want to do. I want to be able to work and make a living, but also want to make sure that I have a balance where I can spend quality time with friends and family and have flexible hours and be able to do more things that I want to do. So I'm all for the balance. I mean, I've changed my tune over the years as well, where, you know what, working 10, 11, 12 hours, it's not worth it typically, unless you need to do that, of course, for survival or like to. You're right. If it's a passion of yours and it doesn't really feel like work for you, then that's certainly one thing here too. Certainly, I know none of us advocate not working. We talked about that even earlier in this podcast. So I don't know. So what do you think of the term and the idea of quote unquote lazy girl jobs? Do you think it's a healthy thing that younger people and people in general should seek out, or no, that sounds lazy? It doesn't sound like it's the right way to go. You got to work hard and this and that and the other. So Keith, what do you think about this? Has your tune changed or unworked? What do you think about all this?
Well, first of all, when I used to hear people talk about, I worked 70 hours last week. Oh, I worked 10, 12 hours a day. I don't have to. It used to bother me. And the older I got, I doubled down on how I feel. Life is too short.
Mm-hmm.
You can work so hard, take all that pride in it, and then you get later on in life and realize what you have missed out on. Things you cannot get back.
Mm-hmm.
Moments with family, friends, loved ones. It's too short. All this work hard stuff. You know what? It's not for everybody. I don't buy that crap because life is more than just working all the time. I do believe you should work hard, but not to the tune where you just miss out on your life. The next thing you know, life has passed you by. Some people like it. That's fine. They embrace themselves in their work. I have no problem with that if you like it. Some people are forced to, and I think that's lame. Some people are doing it, not getting overtime, being taken advantage of. Well, if you want this job, you'll do it. The term, I don't like the way it sounds, but I get it. But I think there should always be a strive for a healthy balance of work and leisure time. There was talk of in this country a few years ago of switching to, I can't recall it, but it was something about 3, 4 10-hour days, and then having 3, 4. You remember that they were talking about doing that. And
just 4 10s. They called it. Yep.
Yeah. And I just appreciated the fact of putting the premium on hard work, but also putting the premium on having time to enjoy life as well. And sometimes you don't need, even getting off at 4 or 5 o'clock isn't enough because you're tired or you got to make dinner, whatever. We need some days, couple days, to enjoy life and do some things. Go see our kids do some things, achieve some things. Go to the park, go to a game, go to a performance. All of these things are part of life, and that's what makes being in America, something to be proud of. So, about all I can say.
All right, very good. Skinner, what do you think?
I don't like the term. When you think of lazy, that stigma is somebody that doesn't do anything, doesn't work. So when you're saying somebody's trying to strive for even balance with work and play, I don't classify that as a lazy person, whether it's girl or boy. So I have a problem with the term. As far as balance in life, especially when you get to be our age, bet your ass that is very important. It was important to me 5 years ago. It is more so every day as we get older and older and older, I guess, so again, I don't like the term or the name of the term, but I like the idea of what's behind it. I like the fact that people are now thinking of these, let's play as hard as we work. If you work hard, you should be able to play hard, and you should have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm fortunate, as you guys know, to be able to work from home, and I'm lucky enough to where, if at lunch, if I have the time, I can run down to the local gym, I can get a workout in and come back to work. Those are things that just, or you can keep up with stuff. You're home. You can mow the lawn over lunch, and you keep up with those household chores. So when the weekend rolls around, you're not packing everything into, So those balances are very important. And I mentioned Peyton, my daughter, taking that job. They've already it's 4 days in the office, but she'll have a day at home. And they right from the start they offer flex time. So basically, just get the job done. We're going to assign you projects. You got to get the job done. However, we're not going to watch you if you want to work 7 to 3 or 8 to 5 or what. You have that. I'm like, man, that is so good. But it's nice to see work environments also being more in tune with that and supporting the mindset of people seeking a better balance that keeps employees happier, it keeps them around longer, and it helps keep them more productive at the end of the day, frankly, unless they're not taking advantage of it. And most people don't, I don't think, So, good stuff.
Yeah, if you want to learn some really interesting stuff about treatment of employees, they have some fascinating practices. I can't remember if it's China or Japan. They meet early on the roof. They do exercises, Tai Chi, things like that. Some of them have their sleep quarters right there on the job, but they keep everybody fit and in shape. It's really fascinating what they do in the business world for their employees.
Very good. Yeah, it came from GenX Tai Chi master has been on vacation for some time, as you could see, but we're working on it.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Here's our stand in shape.
There you go. Yeah. Moving the right arm. Skinner's moving the right arm with a can. Yeah.
Hey, this is Skinner from ItCameFromGenX. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and like, and we'll see you next time.